Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Nate. I'm gonna do a quick little trade recap for the two trades I took on Monday, the overnight session. So going into the new week, I was very bullish. So Thursday we had this large displacement down, and then we retraced. So let me just mark this out. So Thursday made this high. Then in terms of the range, we nearly retraced the whole movement, or maybe we're like 70, 80 points off. And then going into the new week open, Sunday, Monday, early Monday, we retraced into almost zero point 0.5 of this range. So price rebalanced. Remember, higher time frame bullish bias. Price needs to come down lower before we go higher. And this is the move we got within these candles, right? Price came down, we held. Buy orders are accumulating here. And for me, going into this week, this level, this 936.25 is the next high probability, like higher time frame draw. So I want to see price trade into here some point early on the week, maybe Monday through Wednesday, sometime then. So now going into Monday after hours, what was I looking for? Let me just mark out open. So this is our 6 p.m. open, and oops. Is it on the right candle? All right. What was I looking for? So going into power hour, that Monday close, we formed this bearish PD array, so this bearish fair value gap. And for me, it wasn't really relevant that it was necessarily bearish, but I was anticipating this to flip. So price was going to trade inside here and then expand into this draw that we had set last Thursday, right? If we respected this PD array and went lower, I would have been no trades, right? But since we held this, or I don't want to spoil it for you guys yet. We're not there yet. I was anticipating this to get a closure above and go towards this draw. So what did I alert in the Discord? It was around 8:30. So let's bring us there. 8:30. Okay. 8:30. Maybe I went too far. So we got this closure above 8:44, which I was looking for. Let me post here. Let me give you guys some proof. So here we got a close above 40. We look good for longs. And that was at 8:28. So after this closure, I entered. I'll just enter late for the fun of it. Longs were around here. Stop below this hourly PD array. So remember, we had this bearish fair value gap. It flipped to the upside. So now this is bullish. This is what's known as IFVG. So inversion fair value gap. We had the bearish fair value gap, flipped, turns bullish IFVG. Very simple. You've probably seen it on Twitter or other traders use this concept. I didn't come up with it. It's just ICT. Ready? So targeting this draw, stops below here, and I just let the trade play out. Boom. TP hit, close the trade, nice and easy. That was the first trade. Now, going into the second trade, what was I looking for? So disregard the longs that we took, right? I I got dinner, and then I reset. Perfect. Now I noticed again, hey, look, we just traded. All right, let's keep going a little bit. We just traded like 100 something points during the Asia session. We need some sort of pullback, right? So what was I looking for? I was looking for this. I was looking for on the lower time frame. I wanted to short this. I was looking for some sort of closure, some sort of market structure, market trend shift. So we used the CISD, a close below a prominent low, which was the 940 candle. That was going to be our prominent low. I was looking for that. So we didn't get it. We didn't get it. Okay. Now we got a closure below this prominent low. Well, what is my entry, right? My entry is going to be this bearish fair value gap that I wanted to see be respected to take us lower again. So I wanted to see us tap back in and continue lower. And my target, remember, we drew this range. I wanted price to rebalance, right? Going into the next trading day, we could have either came back here, continued higher, or we could have went lower. Sorry if it's a little bit messy, but remember, we're not trying to predict every move. We're just trying to, when price trades to extremes, so let's say this is our level, the highest probability trade isn't like long in here, and trying to get this move, right? The highest probability trade is trying to get the rebalance, or when price returns back to equilibrium. This move is the highest probability trade, right? So that's essentially what I was looking for. So for me, this initial long, yes, that's a good trade, but that would be more like A minus type of trade. The real A plus trade was the shorts. So after we got this change in the state, I think we entered here. Around here, I can post here for proof. Looks good. My fill was 855, so around here, right? My stop was, I think, like 69, something like that. Take profit here. And now we just let the trade play out. And we had pretty good delivery once again. And boom. Take profit smashed. I didn't catch this whole move, but I did catch, I think I clipped most of it at like 890. But yeah, guys, you need to systemize what you're doing. For me, the past like two-ish weeks, I've only taken like maybe five, 6 trades, and they're usually like 20, 30 points. You need to put yourself in a position where even in low probability conditions, you're protecting your capital. And once this like the stars align, for me, the stars aligned here. This is like my A plus model setup. That is when you go risk on, and that is when the bulk of your month's profits are made. Okay. I hope you guys learned something from this, kind of seeing into my mind. I want to make more of these, so this is just the beginning. But yeah, hope you guys have a good night.